What's going on, y'all? It's your boy RickyMoto, or F32 Movement. Welcome back to yet another video. Oh, I'm about to fall. But yeah, today I got some new wheels and tires for the E90. If you guys haven't seen my E90 review in the last video, go and check it out. I did buy another project car and I'm really excited. I noticed a motorcycle channel. I do want to get a bike eventually and go back to making motorcycle content. But since right now it is like the winter time, I want to focus more on car content and kind of integrate that into the channel. I was thinking, because I'm going to be mixing automotive and motorcycle content now onto this channel, I don't know if I should change the name of the channel, because right now it's called RickyMoto, and I came up with that name as a way to just make motorcycle content only. But since I'm doing more car stuff now, I might change up the name. I don't know if you guys have any ideas of what I should change it to. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me show you what I got. I actually bought these used. I got them for super cheap. I got all 4 tires for just around $400, and these are the Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4s. If you guys know anything about tires, these are really good tires, and they usually cost upwards of like $280 to $300 a piece. So a full set brand new would be like $1,200. I got it for only $400, and I got them used, but they're in good condition. The tread is really good. It has about 7 to 8 over 32 seconds, which can last a good like 15,000 miles to 20,000 miles if you drive conservatively. So these are the M3 CS style, the reps. I know, rep wheels. People are gonna be like, what the hell, man? But these are actually pretty decent quality. It was kind of a horror story getting these, because when I first ordered these, it came in and it was the wrong one. They gave me a completely different style, completely different design. Literally this morning, some guy came over to drop it off and swap it out to the correct one, because their shop is in New Jersey, which is only 1 state away. So I hit up the shop. The manager reached out and they're like, hey, sorry for setting out the wrong wheels. And now they switched it out to the proper ones. So these are 18 inches by 8 wide, 5x20 bolt pattern for the BMWs, ET35. Now, I was actually going to go for 18 by 9, which I did initially order for these wheels, but my car has spacers on it and they're rusted onto the hub where I can't take them off no matter what I tried. I tried PB Blaster, a chisel started bashing at it. I couldn't get those off. And the only way for me to take those spacers off my wheels is if I got new rotors, which I'm not trying to do right now. So unfortunately, I have to stick with the 15 millimeter spacers on there. I think they're 15 all around. I didn't put them on. I bought the car used and the previous owner put them on. So here are the stock wheels. The previous owner put these super thick, ugly, cheapo, Wish.com style spacers on here that rusted onto the hub, and I couldn't take it off. I started like chiseling at it and it just kept shaving off the metal without actually taking it off. So I'm gonna have to stick with the spacers on there for now. But these are the stock wheels and they have a really good fitment with the spacers. So that's why the new wheels, I got them in pretty much the same size. These are 17 by 8s with the ET34. The ones I just showed you are 18 by 8 ET35. So it's just 1 millimeter off. So if I run the new wheels with the spacers, it'll fit pretty much how this fits right now. Maybe a slight punch out just because the tire I got is a little bit thicker. These are 225, 45, 17. The new tires are going to be 245, 40, 18. So it's going to have a little bit more sidewall and a little bit more diameter. I'm going for a square setup because this is an X-Drive model, square in terms of, diameter, but also square with the width. If you have X-Drive or all-wheel drive, you could go wider in the rear, but you have to keep the same diameter so you don't throw off the drivetrain and all that. F32 right here hasn't really progressed. These are 10-inch wheels on here, square as well, 265, 35 on the front. 265 40 in the rear. I haven't finished the wrap. I'm probably gonna wait until like the spring, but yeah, I'm gonna be putting this build on hold for now. Anyways, I'm gonna go get these tires and wheels mounted. I was gonna ceramic coat them, but I'm gonna wait until I get them mounted just to see if the fitment is okay. I'm not gonna test fit them right now just because I kind of already know they're gonna fit. I already test fitted the 9s and they were too big. I'm gonna ceramic coat these after because I don't want to put the new coating on and then as they're mounting it, they're scraping it off or, what have you. And also they gotta balance it, put like weights on it. So if I ceramic coat it, it's gonna be too slick and the weights aren't gonna stick. So I'm gonna have them mounted on first, and then I'm gonna have to do some adjustments with the coilovers if I need to. Maybe do a little bit of camber, a little bit of height adjustment, and then yeah, after that, once everything's good to go, I can then finally ceramic coat it and make sure they're protected and clean. Like yet again, look at the tread. Pretty good tread. If you guys want to get used tires in good condition, high quality tires, you can just go on eBay. I got these all from eBay. I got the 4 set for literally like $420 after tax. Pretty insane, You can save so much money. Tires are mad expensive, especially if you're going for a wide setup like this. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the shop right now, have these mounted on, and see how it is. I noticed this car doesn't have as much space as the F32. Even though that's a coupe and only has 2 doors, the actual cargo space is way deeper. Like the trunk is way bigger. The back seats, I mean, I removed the back seats in my other car, so you know it's huge, but even like the overall cabin space in the passenger seat is bigger. So within this past year, I bought a total set of 3 rims and 3 tires. So every time I have to go get them changed, I'm carrying 8 pieces with me every time. And I never really have a problem with that car every time I load it up. This time it was a struggle. I have 4 tires. One of the rims is out of the box, squeezed in between here. We have 2 rims in the boxes on the front passenger seat, and then we have one of the rims in a box in the trunk. And everything is like super tight. I could barely close the doors. Let's just hope the doors don't fling open as I drive. I've been to shops where they scratched up my wheels and they've done it pretty bad. And you know, I have problems with like leaking or whatever, so I found this guy and he does a really good job. He does it for a good price, and it is kind of like at a junkyard type of thing. It's not like a fancy shop, so you know, that's how you save money and get good work done. All right, y'all, so I just got back from the tire shop. I just installed the rims myself. As you can see, all my old wheels are right there. I didn't want the guys to do it because when I was there, they were like test fitting one of them and didn't really fit right, but also their ground was uneven. So I told them, hey, just install the tires, do the balancing, whatever, and I'll install it myself because maybe I have to do some adjustment with the suspension. But I just got home, I swapped over the wheels to new ones, and they fit great actually. The guy was telling me how it might rub in the front, and you know, when I did a full turn, it did slightly rub on the inner fender, but it's also because my fender liner is like messed up. It's like there's like missing bolts everywhere, so this thing is flaring out more than it should be. But that's an easy fix. I can always just push it back in or use heat gun, melt the plastic a little bit, and then kind of like massage it in. In terms of the fender over here, I don't really notice anything because I can actually fit like 2 fingers in here, and it actually kind of goes in a little bit. I don't know if the previous owner rolled the fenders. It doesn't feel like it is, but it's a little bit like flush almost. So I can kind of go like this, about that much. So I have about 1 inch here, and it kind of curves in a little bit. I mean, worst case scenario, I can either roll the fenders or I could, you know, adjust the camber plates and kind of push it in a little bit further. Right now, the fronts are cambered about 0.8 degrees. It's very hard to notice. You know, it's really hard to, you can kind of see it, a slight curvature. I can go a little bit further in. That's what I feel like I might actually just do that just for the sake of the style of it. But it doesn't seem like it'll rub. Maybe on a really steep bump it might hit this, but it's also because this area is actually kind of damaged, like it indents in, so that might be a problem. But I mean, I can just mess around with the suspension a little bit. I don't think I'm going to adjust that ride height because I think the height right now is actually perfect. I adjusted the dampening settings. I did 10 clicks down from the hardest setting. I found that to be the most comfortable ride. At first, it was like adjusted to the point where like it was 5 notches down from the hardest setting, and it was way too stiff. So I did 10 notches down, and it felt a lot better. The rears, though, I think are going to be no problem. Yet again, these are 15mm spacers on here. These wheels are ET35, so basically these are ET22, 23 right now, pretty much. And it's a perfect flush fitment. It actually sits a slightly inside the fender, so it's not exactly flush. So, I mean, right here there's a lot of room, so I think it'll be fine over here. I don't have camber plates for the rear, but I don't think I'll need them. But yeah, I think this looks super, super aggressive. That's kind of the fitment, very flush. But yeah, guys, these are the new wheels for the E90. I'll put some pictures on my Instagram. You guys go check them out. I'll also put a link to these wheels if you guys want them. They make all sorts of like OEM replica style. They make PBS replicas. I know people don't like rep wheels, but this car is cheap, so I'm not going to be putting real wheels on here and spending a fortune. But yeah, these are 18x8 ET35 all around square. Tires are 245 40 18. A lot of people said don't run 245s in the front because it'll rub, but honestly I think it's fine. I don't really have an issue with the 245s. It is an aggressive fitment, but that's also because of the spacers I have on here. But yeah, I do have a little bit of a rub on this side, so I'll kind of fix that later. I kind of want to put these on the F32 just to see what they look like. There's no way these are going on there because it's not going to fit. But look at the fitment of this. It pokes out like 1 inch on each side. That's pretty bad. But the reason why I have such big ass wheels on this car is because I'm going to wide body it soon. And also it's on stock ride height, so there's like 2 inches of room over here, so it doesn't actually hit this at all, even though it pokes out. But yeah guys, that's the video.